Hey guys, Sergeant No Rep here. I'm inside. It's a little too hot outside, but this video is just a quick little update about the females final heat for event number one. The team already went. CrossFit Mayhem Freedom won that event number one. If you want to go back to my previous live feed, it's about 4 hours and something. It has all these events, all the heats through it. I just did a video on the men's final heat. This is going to be the females final heat, so I hope you enjoy it.
National champion of Spain, Sarah Alicia Fernandez-Costas. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Heat 3, event number 1 of your 2019 Crossfit Games. Seconds. Athletes, please place your hand on your knee marker. Stay by.
So as the females come back in the stadium, there goes Katrin Davis' daughter, Tia Claire, Haley Adams. If you don't know who Haley Adams is, she trains out of CrossFit Mayhem Freedom. I think she's only 18 years old, which would make her one of the youngest females. There's Jamie Green. This would be a workout that I think would favor her. There's Katrin. So again, with kind of these events, CrossFit really not doing much for keeping the stat tracker showing where everybody's at. So it's hard to tell when everybody's so close together here where they're at. So there goes Tia Claire, the defending champion, two-time champion. Looks like she's going to be the first one to address the barbell, and she gets the crowd going here. Oh, a little bit of a stumble here, just kind of getting her feet underneath her.
Annie in the mix as well.
So it looks like I see Annie Thor's daughter up there on the right. There's Katrin. So in these events, as long as you place kind of in the top 20, the scoring is not going to penalize you too much. Obviously, you don't want to place too low and create such a gap. But this is kind of going to be Tia's race to lose. She's fighting for the 100 points, but we'll see who comes out of the stadium next after her. There's Tia coming out of the stadium. Ward City, I see you say you got Brooke Wells. I don't know if Brooke Wells would be my pick personally. Just with the rope climbs, I think she may be one that type of gas. Carrie Pierce, that would be a good pick. She's a little tiny powerhouse. Like I said earlier, she's been very quiet this year. Jamie Green, I like Jamie Green, but it's going to be hard for Tia to lose this one, so we'll see. There's Carrie Pierce. So Carrie Pierce, she qualified by coming 8th in the Open, a very quiet 8th. There's Annie Thorsdottir, there's Sarah Sigmundsdottir. Everybody's saying Sarah Sigmundsdottir looks different this year, maybe a little more focused. We'll see how that plays out here in this event number 1. Okay, so Tia's coming back into the stadium here. Looks like she built herself a pretty sizable lead over second place. So obviously Tia Claire Toomey, she qualified as a national champion out of Australia. She was number 6 in the Open. She also went to sanctionals and won them, but she had already qualified, so that's where her placing came from.
Carrie Pierce, right behind her. Jamie Green.
Go it up. Go it up.
And Danielle Brandon. Amy Thorsdottir, Sarah Sigmundsdottir. Adams in the mix. Here comes Pacelli, but all eyes are on Tia Claire Toomey as she is leading the pack here in heat number 3.
So you just heard them mention Pacelli, Andrea Pacelli, Andrisa Pacelli. Sorry if I say it wrong, but she originally, I think, is truly from Canada. She's lived in Canada most of her life. She's always identified as a Canadian athlete. So this year with the Open, with the different national championships, as long as you held a passport in another country, you could say, I'm from Italy. So that's what Pacelli, she put herself as competing in the Open as an Italian. So she won the Open or national champion for Italy. That's how she advanced here. But she still had a very respectable Open score, coming in 21st in the Worldwide Open. So again, just to put this all into perspective, this is the third and final heat for event number 1, where half the field gets cut. So half of these athletes are going home, more so from heat number 1 and heat number 2. We'll see how these athletes do in this final heat, but most of them should have no problem sailing through to the next round. There goes Tia out for her 3rd round. And I think when Laura Horvath went out for her starting her 3rd round, she was around the 10-minute mark. So that just shows how fast Tia is going. So she's about 3 minutes ahead of Laura Horvath. Tia's coming in looking nice and lean and strong.
Making her way to that name marker also. And she will head that now. Ladies and gentlemen, Carrie Pierce moving into that next round. She is currently sitting in second for the seat. Jamie Green trying to beat several other athletes at bay. They're all circling around her right there.
So Tia will finish up her third 400-meter run, and then she'll jump up on the rig to do 3 rope climbs. A lot of athletes, this was the point where you saw their forearms and their legless rope climbs start to break down. I don't foresee Tia having any issue here, and I guess Tia can kind of game this one because she's not worried about anybody in any of the previous heats. Nobody's finished it, so as long as she finishes, which she will, she'll advance and she'll get first place. So she doesn't have to go out there and blow away the field, because it doesn't matter if she wins by 10 seconds or 2 minutes, she's going to get her 100 points. So she doesn't want to push herself too hard, but it's probably nice that she'll make a statement. You saw her looking back to see who's behind her, so we'll see what she does here.
Followed by Sarah Sigmundsson.
And here she comes. Madison with your hands together. Put your hands together. CrossFit Games for Tia Claire Dewey.
9 minutes in. We are 9 minutes in towards that 20-minute time cap here for the first cut.
Shaking her arms out, getting ready to approach those 3 legless rope climbs.
So Tia jumps up on the rope. As you can see, she had no issue here. She didn't have to go into the big kip. Here comes Carrie Pierce into the stadium. She's taking some deep breaths. And there's Tia jumping up for a second rope climb. Let's see if she breaks out the big kip, or she'll be able to... she starts to kip now on her second one. So you'll probably see a little bit more of that on her third one. But still, she's still under the 10-minute mark, so the halfway mark. And that's where Laura Horvath was when she started this round, so she's well ahead of that pace. Carrie Pierce looks very strong going up for her first rope climb. Tia's just kind of shaking it out, taking her time.
Tia Claire Dewey working on that last rope climb for this round. She's at lane number 5, guys. Let's put our hands together for her. She actually starts the top. Not a problem. And that'll do.
Okay, so now Tia's going to head over to the bar, where again she'll do her 7 squat snatches on 130 pounds.
All back out onto that competition floor.
Ooh, who was that fell from the rope there? Hopefully she landed on the pad. There's Carrie Pierce leaning up against the thing, trying to get a little bit of shade. So Tia has really made herself a lead here. Some of these women here are on the round before Tia, so don't think that they've caught up to her or anything like that. She has herself a very sizable lead at this moment. I think that should be Carrie Pierce's final rope climb there. There you go. So now she's going to move her her final chest piece down, and she'll start her 4th and final round with basically 8.5 minutes to go to finish this round. She's been doing each round in roughly 3 minutes and 45 seconds, so she'll have no time getting under the time cap, being the first female to do so. And Carrie Pierce is also looking really good to finish under the time cap and get second. So she's struggling a little bit here. I'd like to see Carrie Pierce just kind of take a second, compose herself, make sure she gets the rep good. So again, you got Tia Claire. She'll be passing and lapping some of these females here. And that's pretty crazy when you think that these are like the top 50 females in the world. It just shows her her level of fitness. It looks like Carrie Pierce still has 4 of her 7 to do for the squat snatches, so definitely Tia's pulling way ahead. And she's looking back, so she'd be looking for Carrie Pierce. Now, obviously, she could almost walk into the stadium. She is not going to do that. But she sees that Carrie Paris is not anywhere to be in sight, so she's fine. She's probably turned it down a little bit. Because basically this girl in front of her, she should have passed her by now if she was in really race mode. But she's not. She's just shaking her arms, taking her time. She knows she has 7 minutes to do this, and she'll get her 100 points. So like I said, there's no reason to blow out the field in this. She's making a big enough statement here as it is. So like I said, Carrie Pierce has definitely been a very quiet person during this sanctional event. So what these sanctionals do is, like somebody like Carrie Pierce who qualifies to the Open, she doesn't have to go and compete at any sanctional events if she doesn't want to. And I don't think she did. You can correct me if I'm wrong on that one. And then there's no regionals. Before in years past, you used to be able to see everybody at regionals. They did the exact same workouts side by side to get a little gauge of how people's fitness are. But now, Tia Claire may go to the Dubai, the Rogue Championship, and do set workouts. And then somebody like, let's say, Sarah Sigma's daughter would go to a separate sectional and do a different workout. So it's very hard to compare them side by side. And then if you qualify through the Open, like I said, you're not mandated to go to any sectionals at all. So I think Carrie Pierce didn't go to any sectionals. So this is the first time we're seeing her since the Open. So Tia would hear the announcer say that Carrie Pierce is coming up. So she's got a good, I'd say, 2 rope climbs. Look like Tia's going to go up for a final rope climb here in a second. Ahead of Carrie Pierce. And when it comes down to the weightlifting, Tia had no issues with it whatsoever. And Carrie Pierce was struggling a little bit. So Tia's not gonna stress too much about this one. So basically we're at 5 minutes, well 4 minutes 30 until the time cap. So that just leaves Tia to go do 7 squat snatches to get first place. There he goes, the touch. So now she's going to run down. So they run to the end part of the field. There's another barbell set up. It's just for the visual so you can see who's in that final round. Then she'll have to cross the finish line. So she'll shake out her arm. Maybe will have a quick look back to see where Carrie Pierce is. You can see Carrie Pierce kind of to the right of the screen, right by the post there. And Tia now will just get into motor through these. So that stumble forward you see there is just her legs getting a little tired. She didn't throw the bar up in the right placement, and her legs weren't able to support it as well. But nothing, she'll correct it on these ones. So she probably just did a second one. This is probably her third. That one looks a lot smoother there. And again, we don't have the counter up here. Yeah, if you could see the judge's hand, it'd be nice, but I'd say she probably has 2 more reps to go to finish this up. Probably 1 more after this. Oh, there's the judge's hand. The judge shows 5 for some reason. Nope, there you go. So she finished at 16:58, and just to put that in perspective, out of 100 women that have competed in this so far, nobody has even finished it. She finished it 3 minutes under the time cap. So nice showing by her. Carrie Pierce, this is probably her last rope climb here. Then she'll move to the barbell. Let's just see if she, yep, she's going to run down to the barbell. So she'll finish under the time cap of 20 minutes. And she'll guarantee, obviously, her second place finish, just whereas no other females competed. There's Jamie Green. So looks like she'll be up there in the top 3 maybe. Jamie Green's just never been able to truly put it together. Like, she's won the Worldwide Open before. That year that I think she won the Open, she would actually team. And she always done well in the Open, but the game, she's just never been able to put it together and get up on the podium. So we'd like to see that.
So Carrie Pierce now with 3
So Tia Claire Toomey finished at 16:56. As you can see, Carrie Pierce is a minute over that already. This should be rep number 5, so she got 2 more reps. So 2 minutes to the cap. So there's Jamie Green right behind you. That kind of looks like who's behind her there? Can't make out who that is behind her, but that's Jamie Green right behind her. So Carrie Pierce comes in second, gets second in the event. So there's Katherine Davis' daughter. So it looks like she's going to get time capped. It looks like she's just coming back from her last run, so she's going up to do her rope climbs. So that's kind of surprising. The former champ, obviously, always pretty much a top 5 finisher. She's not even going to get to the barbell by the looks of it. There's Annie Thor's daughter, so she has 1 more rope climb to do, so she'll just get to the barbell. She might be able to finish half her reps. Nice to see her finish. Come on, keep that up there. Icelandic Annie. So there's Jamie Green. She probably gets her final rope. A race to the finish. Who's she racing with? Oh, that's Haley Adams there. That's nice to see. Haley Adams is definitely the youngest female out there. I think she's only 18 years of old. She's a former teen champion. In training at CrossFit Mayhem Free with Rich Froning, she actually, when China Cho's not around, she'll step in on the team and she'll do the team events. That nothing but helps her. So it's great to see her do so well there. 30 seconds till the cap. 20 seconds. See how many other people can sneak in here. There's Sarah Singh's daughter. Looks like looks like she's still on the rope. Looks like she's almost crying. So a lot of people said that this year Sarah was going to be different. Her mental game was stepped up. It looks like this might have broke her. She's getting capped. So now, mind you, this was probably her 4th and final round. She should be completely safe, whereas everybody else was so far behind. There's Amanda Barnhard, but she hasn't moved yet, so that's I'm scared for Sarah. Interesting to see where she finishes up there. I had Sarah finishing up high. It looks like she's a little frustrated maybe with her judge too. She's saying something to her judge there. And usually that's nothing super friendly. So now she's going over to the head judge and talking to the head judge. So it'll be interesting to see what her complaint is. She might have got no rep on a few things and she felt that it wasn't fair. So Boz is going over there to talk to her. But once it's done, it's done. There's not really that much that can be done about it. Let's see if they have the standings for the men. Leaderboard. So Terminator there. I'm just going to look at the cuts for the men.
Well, you were able to pull ahead early and stay ahead through this entire event, even lapping a couple of the other athletes on your final run. How does that set the tone for you here for the rest of the weekend?
I'm really happy with that performance, but you know, we don't know what's coming and you just have to take advantage.
What was it like being out there with so many other women? We've seen more athletes here from more places in the entire world than ever before. How does that change the experience of day one for you?
Oh, it's awesome. It actually brings me back to my first day and just seeing their faces and all the excitement. It's just really rewarding and also an honor to be a part of.
Congratulations.
Thanks, guys. Thanks, everyone.
So here comes the top 4. So these are the ones that finished in the cap. Tia Claire Toomey, Carrie Pierce. I guess she's going by Carissa Pierce. Anyway, Jamie Green and Haley Adams, they had that photo finish to the end. I was just looking at my phone briefly here to see what men didn't make the cut. There was a couple big names that didn't make the cut. A fan favorite being Josh Miller. Simone Roy Lemaire from Canada, he got cut. Streech Horner, a pretty big name, he got cut. Who else do we got? Tim Paulson, which I was pretty shocked about. Richard Castillo got cut. And it looks like Frederick Egidius didn't even compete. Didn't see that. It looks like he didn't step out of the floor, so maybe he had an injury. But those were the only big names. Nobody super big was cut out of that. Some guys that were somewhat close down there was Lucas Essinger, was down pretty far. Who else do we got?